So assume that you've learned something about AI or Claude Code, Codex, one of the big AI coding agents. What do you actually do with that now? You'll see a lot of the population puts it into business. People try and sell you on starting an AI business, which no doubt is valuable, but 95, probably more percent of the population just doesn't want to own a business. Like they're just not business people, but they do feel like they're falling behind with AI or they're completely ignorant of it. What do those 95% of people actually do with AI? So I'm here to present to you my great thesis, which is that they do a lot. So one significant use case is that they have the ability to search the internet. And so I have it pull nutrition data for me. I no longer use calorie counters or calorie trackers if you're into fitness or nutrition or anything. It can pull that from live databases in the exact same way that MyFitnessPal does. The result is instant and hyper-personalized diets and nutrition plans for you. So I can use it to input recipes. It'll scale the recipes for me to meet my macro and calorie goals. It has memory, so I can tell it exactly where I go grocery shopping to get my groceries. Say I like to get blueberries at Publix and I like to get strawberries at Aldi. It'll remember that for the future. So it can make me my grocery list in PDF format so I can print it out instead of having to write it. You can use it to learn, which I know a lot of people don't learn these days, but I have a skill in Claude Code right now that I simply input a 1 to 2 sentence description of something that I want to learn, and it will go and develop me a full curriculum based on what it knows I already know based on what I've asked it to teach me in the past, assuming that I've read all of it. And it's like reading 20 pages out of a book, except you get all 300 pages of the depth. If you want to learn about human anatomy, it will go through and give you diagrams that are generated by other AI. It will quiz you after, it will do everything that normal schooling does. But you get to choose what you learn. And so this is an interesting take on the people who aren't fans of higher education, is you can literally use it to help you learn the things you actually say that you've been wanting to learn this whole time that school never teaches you. You can use it as your own personal fitness coach. You can feed in your workouts. It can make you workout plans. It'll track your lifts over time so it knows to progressively overload. It can integrate with sleep tracking apps so that it can see what your recovery looks like and then adjust your load accordingly. It can write messages, it can read messages, it can do literally anything, make diagrams for you. The possibilities are completely endless to the point where quite literally, if you can do it on your computer, it is possible to automate it or make it quicker or have AI do it, especially if you use something like Claude Code. Now, potentially the more valuable part that you might be watching this video for is how do you apply this to those 95% of people in their work lives? Because of course, 70 to 80% of our waking hours would be spent at our 9 to 5 jobs actually working. So cool, the workouts are very interesting and the nutrition planning, but that's like a very small slice of my day. I'll give you 3 reasons or 3 cases why AI is extremely valuable for those of you who are working 9 to 5s. The first of which is job safety. People are talking about how AI is going to put you out of all kinds of jobs, and maybe it is so. I don't know. I can't tell the future. What I 100% stand by is given 10 people, a company will be least likely to fire the person who is extremely proficient with AI when it is time to lay off people or take their jobs when AI replaces them, which means you're probably going to stay. And so by learning AI and using Claude and other AIs, you enhance your job security. On top of that, you also increase your productivity. You're more likely to get raises for that case. So say you're at work and you get 2 times more done than everybody else is during the day. 1, maybe sometimes depending on what job you're doing, you get to go home early. You get the job done for the day if it's a quota or work-based job. But if it's an hourly based job, then you're gonna be 2 times more efficient. And so when it comes time and season for raises, you're gonna be the top pick for 2 reasons. 1, because you're more efficient, but also because you're clearly getting ahead of the game with AI. And companies are starting to understand, especially the bigger ones, that AI is the future and they're phasing it in. And so they're going to know that you are a keeper for the future. And then I would say the 3rd reason is less substantial, but for some people maybe, and it's focus. So if you can use AI to take care of your little random tasks that you do throughout the day, then you'll be able to focus on the core part of your job that you're actually there to fulfill. And you'll be able to do more productive work. There's a book called Deep Work by Cal Newport where he basically explains the difference between deep and shallow work. Shallow work is like answering emails and other repetitive tasks. Well, deep work is the stuff that really racks your brain and requires deep thinking. And the whole argument of the book is simply that by training yourself to deeply think and avoiding shallow work at all costs, you're going to enhance your mental capabilities, right? Your memory in the long term. But more so what I'm getting at is deep work is also where most of the productive things happen, not the shallow work. You typically don't get the really core part of your job done by answering emails. You get it done by doing the job. And so if that is important to you, you're able to use AI to take care of the rest of it. It can automatically respond to your emails or draft them for you. So all you have to do is click send, right? It saves you 10 times the amount of time so you can spend it on what really matters. And of course, the final point is that most people think that AI is too complicated or they need to learn how to code to use things like Claude Code because code is in the name. And they're probably stuck using like ChatGPT or Gemini at its core model, but it goes so much deeper than that. And people don't understand just the extent of how incredible AI is at what it does. And so I'm here to tell you that it is officially good enough, especially the coding models, that you can know very little about it, just a day or two worth of learning about it, to actually get started and make real results. The only gateway is that you have to be willing to put in maybe 2 full work days, 8, 10 hours a day, 15 to 20 hours, and you can literally become an intermediate level AI user and do all of the things that I just explained in this video in your daily life as if you actually know how to do it with zero previous knowledge. And the reasoning behind that is because AI is so good at interpreting human language, you don't even have to know what you're talking about. You can just tell it what you want and it will go do it. But most people think that's more complex than it is, and they're not aware of just how capable it is. So if you happen to be one of those people that is wanting to learn more about AI, or is concerned for their job security, but feels like they can't start or they won't start because they don't know enough about it or what to do or how it works, or they think it's too complicated. At the time of recording this, I have a free resource in the description of this video and the pinned comment that in just 2 equivalent work days or less will teach you how to use and apply AI to your daily life as a person who is not necessarily trying to start a business and rule the world with it, but is simply trying to not fall behind and enhance their job security. This is the future, and you will not regret learning about it.